Hello and welcome to the first of the Devs vs Invincible members. Um, Devs vs Invincible members match. First up is Invincible. Just introduce everyone to this topic. It was a competition on Twitter about a month ago. Everyone entered and people were randomly selected. Invincible, who is the number one player in Pacific, was randomly selected, and Tsukki is the unfortunate dev that seems to have drawn the short straw to play him. I'd also like to welcome my co-caster, Patterknife.
Hello and welcome.
We're looking forward to some exciting games today. It will be interesting. I'm not expecting Invincible to play very standard. Tsukki, I think, will play much more standard, so it'll be a fun games, I think, and hopefully Tsukki can get the win because we'll be shamelessly supporting.
Yeah, for sure. I believe this will be a best of 3 series,
Yeah.
so
So
we will not have
the
only
rules
one match to see.
and the rules are it is a best of three, and you can change teams in between the games. So it would be funny if we are forced Invincible on a second team or something. So
Yeah, that will be actually very, very hyped to see.
I'm not sure when it's starting, but we'll keep talking. So this will, I think it's 2 games a week for the next 3 or 4 weeks. I've seen the schedule. They're all during the day in EU. So this is the first one. There will be a variety of casters. There's 6, 7 of us will rotate through, and this is the first one. So
Yeah. I think it's a total of 9 matches all through August in the end, and yep, 9 matches in total. Oh yeah. I hope we have a fun time.
For those that don't know, Invincible is the number one player in Pacific. He has the most points by anyone. I think if you aggregate his inter-regional points, he probably got the most points by anyone. And if Worlds was tomorrow, he would be one of the favourites. So it's exciting to see him play. Hopefully, Tsukki does very well.
Yeah. I mean, basically everybody who plays PvP in this game knows Invincible. Like, even before the TemCS times, he was very good.
Yeah, he is part of the Clowns Club, and they are in game.
And I believe we're in.
The Crema looks so good. The Crema title.
Yeah, I mean, probably not that one of us will ever get it. So yeah.
I'm waiting to see the teams. I don't know them, but we'll go through them.
Okay, let.
Love Invincible's team. He has gone to Grumpaloado. I sort of asked from him, so Grumpaloado is first pick. Tsukki's is a lot more standard. It's got the Tyrannac, the OB10, the Volky, the Gario, and it should be a solid match.
Yeah, very solid, like, mid-range core, I would say, for Tsukki here. With, like, Tyrannac and friends, with Wolfie, Gario, even the Mimit, maybe. And then probably some of her favorites just in there.
It's fantastic to see the double mental into the Yowler, which will stop Invincible being too inventive with the Yowler. And there's also a Mimit, which could be striking or it could be landing. I'd be interested to see which one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, would have been also a decent first ban for Invincible if he doesn't want to, like, test it during the match. So.
And here's the mix.
Yeah.
The mix is very good there's actually 2 Ventals. I didn't even realize that, so.
You're right. I haven't seen that Tem for quite a while, so very cool to see it here.
Didn't see which trade it is, as Tsukki does do the first pick, and it is the Knack.
I mean, Tyrannac looking great, only having like one potential big threat on the other side for it, in the Platimus. And it gets instantly picked. Yeah, Invincible not playing nice here.
Invincible is playing to win, but we can see the second pick because you sort of need to cover what Tsukki's going to bring in, but I don't think there's a simple answer to that Platimus, unfortunately, because the Tolkien's not really an option now, so poor Tsukki. But is the Volfi.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a good lead for Invincible, especially from Orange side here. Not having that many options. So, great cover here for like the second pick.
Yeah, one of the interesting, and it is a mimic ban, but one of the interesting things for Tsukki is that it's clearly a good plague onto the Grumper, but you really need to get damage on that Platymus or it will take over your team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that Platymus is looking very, very strong here as a potential carry for the whole match, or like the first round here of the best of 3. If it's not like handled well or quickly with.
I was about to say we definitely need to see the Tolkien. I think, the bear, and we'll also probably see the... The problem he's got is that the Xenorith's really good into what's in the back, but there's the 3 that have already been picked are super effective against it, so it'll be very interesting to see if that's picked up in the next round.
Yeah. Good point. Ooh, I mean, I would still like to pick it maybe. It's in the back, you're not bringing it to the first turn here. So
yeah, I think he has to pick it because Broccolum doesn't do a heap. Yeah, weak to the same 3 Tems, so...
I like it.
Now let's shamelessly support Tsukki. It's a best of 3 for everyone that doesn't know.
Yeah, and we already get some info. Yeah, it's frightening, the gear disabling trait. So Platymus Sweatband is gone for the first 3 turns if Tyrannex stays for that long. And looking at this, yeah, there's nothing that likes to switch in on Grumpus spot, for example.
Yeah, but you also sort of want to get the damage on Platymus, because although Vental can probably handle it as well, depending on the speed ties, so...
You're right.
It is a bit of a swingy first turn. I think the Grumpus definitely got to leave. It could... I'm not really sure what it'll leave for. You don't really want to bring the Vental in, regardless if it's trait.
I mean, if it's the special defense trait, like the increased special defense, we just see the Yowler. Great, great bulky Tem. It will eat everything that comes with that slot here. And we see the Sharp Leaf, interesting. I've seen it less and less recently on Tyrannex.
Yeah. I wonder which move she's given up for, but crucially, the Rotten Goo doesn't do half, so potentially Tyrannex can stay in, but I would expect it to go out.
I mean, now, actually that's very interesting now, because it comes down to the speeds of Tyrannex and Yowler. They're very close by their base, so like if Tyrannex is speed invested and Yowler isn't, there is a chance it might be faster actually. So.
And if it is fast, the double onto Yowler is probably the play, and just make it pay for being there.
Yeah. And we see Wolfie leaving for the Vental. Okay.
And is spiritual, which...
It's a glass cannon. I like it.
Oh, it's a good read. And I think this will be the Meteor Swarm, so we won't have anything about... No, it is the Embers. Must have given up Meteor Swarm, which is interesting. But that's good damage on the Vental for Invincible.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Platymus is very happy with this now, having the 1 turn of evasion here. And I believe Tyrannex is not seeing the next turn. So Platymus is pretty safe here.
Yeah, and a big problem is Invincible can sort of choose which one to kill, which means Tsukki's already putting a rough position of what does she say, what does she bring out, and what does she do, so...
Yeah, I mean... Great play from Invincible, basically. Seeing the win con early in the pig ban, and like playing according to it.
But on the other side, if the we did see the Yowler quicker than the Knack, but the Yowler doesn't have Savage up now, so potentially if he does choose to Aquatic the Vental and the Tyrannac lives, a Flaming Meteorite may kill the Yowler. I'm not 100% certain on my Tyrannac to Yowler damage calcs, but it looks close.
It would be spicy for sure to test that out for the in-game calcs here, to see it also maybe for the next match.
Yeah, because here you almost trade Yowler for one of these two. I think it's risky to take either out because you're just taking damage on something else and you don't get attacked that turn. So we'll wait and see what Tsukki decides, but Invincible is slowly maneuvering the board nicely.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the problem with switching here in general is Invincible can just, like... Yeah, that also could have hit the Tyrannac slot, for example, and that would have been a very ugly turn then. But...
And the Hibernate would have outsped anyway, so...
Yeah, so Yowler definitely wouldn't have died here. So, yeah, but
the
actually...
good thing is that, yeah, the Platymus is forced out now, which is really good for Tsukki because the Tornado can just go straight in onto that slot.
Yeah, it's like the probably best case scenario here for Tsukki with like Tornado up on Tolkien versus the Platymus that doesn't have Aquatic ready this turn because it's on one hold now again. So that's basically the only way to really beat the Platymus like easily. I mean, you have still the Wolfie that can Plague, but that's very hard way to kill it that way.
And it's very likely to leave now, so doubling the Yowler is probably the correct call, but as the Grumpet choice was pretty obvious, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Invincible just read the play. Yeah. And that is a problem on the field we haven't talked about yet, but like, if you look at the bear, it's already like +1/+1 here, and I don't think Yowler is going to leave the field soon. Like,
so this is a Winter's Call turn, so I think your main thing is if it's max speed Obi, I'm not sure if it still has because I haven't played them in a while, but max speed Obi's Burrow used to outspeed Yowler, which could interrupt the Winter's Call. I think Wolfie will avoid it too, so I think you either have to Burrow or Wolfie, but we'll see.
Yeah, oh my god. That will be a very, very nasty Winter's Call turn, I guess. And Wolfie's coming in, reading the Winter Call, I believe. Oh,
and Obi lost Burrow, so I'm doing real well. Oh no.
Oh, well, yeah. But to be fair, Invincible is just going to hit because he's in such a good position here already, where as long as he's attacking, he probably wins this anyway, because building blocks are gonna stack up the defenses on Yowler for free over the turns, and nothing lowers the defenses on Tsukki's side, I believe, except maybe Data Corruption on Obi, potentially, but I think that's it.
And there's the Bush, which will give us a turn of rest. And the special defense boost, which won't help against the Yowler.
Yeah, sadly not. But maybe you live in Aquatic because of it. And we see another Hibernate. Invincible playing it very safe, bringing the Yowler to almost full HP again.
And the bear is a problem.
The bear is indeed a problem. The building blocks are stacking, and yeah. It's not going to stop, I believe. And yeah, Winter Call is still ready, by the way, so whenever Invincible feels like it, you can click the move and stop time for a turn, basically.
And it won't hit the Wolfie, which is good, but there's a Bush. Assuming it's that trait. We haven't seen the trait yet, have we? Yeah, we have. So it is,
yeah.
So it is the right trait.
Yeah. Nice. Wow. Ooh, and we see the Winter's Call.
Yeah. It doesn't even get the plus attack. It doesn't
yeah.
hit
It does not hit anything, so it's actually not giving you the +3 attack on Yowler.
The 5-head of Tsukki actually saw a way to dodge it that I didn't see, so good work.
Yeah, well played there. Dodging the +3 attack on Yowler. For now. So that's gonna happen again in like 5 turns or something like that. And yeah. Ooh, Tolkien being taken out by by one aquatic here. And the DV into the Platimus.
I
Not
think
doing a whole
playing
lot.
risky was probably the right play. Obviously, there's a lot going on, and you really have to play risky now if you're any chance of coming back, which you're probably not.
Yeah. I mean, you have to try and hope basically that your opponent's
DCs.
makes a mistake, and yeah. But to be fair, even then there's still the Yowler, so
Yeah.
pretty rough here. And I would believe we see a different Temtem next match, but that's just my assumption here. Ooh.
Yeah, I would like to see a bear ban next match, but
Yeah.
just a safe hibernate.
Mhm.
Hibernate will be clicked every time it's up, and then I think the other turns you'll probably clinch, so maybe a savage depending on how much stamina is running.
Yeah. I mean, clinch would make sense, just to save the stamina for whatever could happen. Also, like, if Tsukki still had left a mental Tem, that could have been actually dangerous for the Yoda here with potential Doom synergy, but Mantle left us early in this match, so sadly that wasn't an option anymore.
Dodging the savage was good.
Yeah, for sure, but
The Owler is running low on stam, so
yeah. At that point we have to take the small ones, I believe. Ooh, Yoda leaving. And we see Jake's Ventil now.
I think Jake's Ventil is the other trait. It is.
Yeah, it is. So basically increase special defense for that. So yeah, Wolfie's in a pretty rough spot here.
Wolfie needs to 1v5, which I'm not sure what
mean-
Zenith's doing out of here.
It's madness buffer, you might as well.
Is the plan to slap it with which neutral move does Zenith get? I know it gets one.
I mean, he might just gonna sleep it for now. For the show, maybe. I would probably just gonna sleep it. He does it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Good night, Wolfie. And he side beta versus own Xeno. Okay, I guess that's where we are now. So yeah, that was it for round 1 here, basically.
It did get to turn 14, so Tsukki's done a pretty good job.
Yeah, and also Tsukki's seen a lot of Invincible stems now and what they can do, so
Yeah,
seeing
well,
the
would you
Platimus is an issue.
Yeah, would you prefer to see the Yowler ban or the Platimus ban? Because I actually think Platimus forced the worst positions in the Yowler. Yowler was sort of got to sit there because of Platimus's ability to control everything on the board,
So I would say it depends a bit, right? Because so first, like, I would ban one of these two for sure, but I think it's easier to ban the Yowler and to not worry about it, basically, because, like, if you try to kill it and it doesn't work out and then it heals back up and you lose like 4 turns or something, it's very rough. So, and like, if you pick differently, you can potentially turn one very hard hit Platimus, so that might help, but I could see both ways, basically.
yeah. And banning Yala when you got 2 mentals definitely feels bad, so I would expect to see the Platymus banned. We'll wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah. And, well, Invincible is like making this a bit longer. Are we now like turn 25ing this match? Is that what's happening?
I definitely hope not, but it may be.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wolfie can self-play in case that's needed, but I am not sure. And yeah, finally we get a Winter's Call that's working onto the Yowler. See the funny +3 attack.
Is he going to do it to +8? No, he can't. He can't, thank God.
He can't anymore. It's not enough turns, I believe. Oh, and the Wrecked Farewell into the Wolfie. Yeah. That's now very, very sad Wolfie here. Sitting on -2/-2 basically. Well, I mean, but in the end, that's all good info for Tsukki here for the second match, and she can already think about the take ban of the next match for her, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll be doing. It does look like we are going to turn 25.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we've seen some sludge gifters into Grumper, but yeah, if it just Tesla prisons, it heals back up a bit. If it's Inductor, of course, yeah, it does.
Surprised in Tesla prison his own Yala.
Yeah, actually true. I was expecting that too.
Five more turns at turn 25. The person with the most Tems and health combined will win.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so far not really close, except Yowler starts to go rampant and like side suplexes all his teammates. And even then, it's probably like too late. Ooh.
But the Grumper is the chosen one by the looks of it.
Yeah, Grumper has the honor to take the Wolfie.
Hoping the Wolfie now OXs to kill itself. I think that's the nice thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, Grumper is doing a lot of good chip here, right? I don't know how much it is. We see the Plague finally. Ooh. Actually being slower than the Grumper is like crazy too.
Yeah.
With
that's nice.
Oh no.
And the funny item.
We see a refreshing Diabola onto Platymus. Nice.
Has Grumper really only been out there 3 turns now? I swear it's been out there a lot this game, so...
Yeah, I think it's switched around a lot. I think it was there in the lead too. Yeah.
Tsukki's asking chat for advice, so... Give it ooh, and the Grumper gets 1 shot.
I mean... Yeah... If you really want to get out, the concede option is possible. I believe it's not banned from, like, with the rules for this best of 3 here, so... Or, I mean, you could just OX the next time you get to click a move, right?
Yeah, I think so. Does the Yowler attack, or is it a... And the bush does keep it living.
Oh, well... I mean... That's just 2 more turns. We're almost through this. So yeah,
Will
at
the
the end.
Wolfie die?
Oh, I think it
And it
will.
dies.
Yeah.
But with -5, that was a double rest from Invincible too, so...
Well, here we are. First round goes to Invincible here. Let's see how the second match will go.
GG to both players, so we'll see how long it takes them to bring up game 2 and whether they do bring the same team. Would be cool to see more teams, but I'm not sure how likely it is.
Yeah. No idea. I mean, I would like to see the same teams again, maybe, I think. Just to see some adaptations.
Yeah, I think we really need to see the Platymus ban. I think that was the ultimate problem, but that gave you all the space to set up.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're into game 2.
Yes, they're in.
Now, the Platymus is a very good ban.
Yes, very good start. Also, we see same sides again. So that's cool. Blue side again for Tsukki. Makes Invincible's lead a bit more awkward in general.
Yeah, it must have been. So she would have lost and selected this side, which is usually the correct side, but obviously different teams play on different sides.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Platymus is banning returns, so is this... Nah, it still doesn't open to Brock, so it'll be interesting to see what the plan with that ban was.
We see Tyrannic again. I mean, looking good, right? Into like...
Yeah, it's looking a lot better this time without the Platymus to kill it,
Yeah.
so a lot of things won't do damage to it.
I mean, Wolf is one of the few things that does damage to it, I believe.
And I think we will see the Loreweaver.
Yeah, he really wanted to bring it, so of course we will see it. But now it's interesting.
What it it crosses over the mix, so...
Mm-hmm. Like Mix and Obi, which would be very good for Loreweaver, are now kind of awkward. Gary's also not a question.
Yeah, I do think Rolfie is the right choice, but we'll see what's picked. But
Yeah.
it's quite a boring choice.
Yeah, you're right. But I would still pick the Wolfie. Play it correct and then see what happens.
And OB10 might be okay as well, but it is the Wolfie.
Yeah. I like it. It's a
I
good
think
pick.
it's a very safe start, so...
Yeah.
Depending on Invincible bans here, I would like to see the Xenareth ban and the double mentals, but I think it's still hard now.
I mean, I would still like the Yoder ban, I think. It's very hard to play against for not very experienced players, so might as well just ban it if you have the opportunity.
And there's the Yala ban and the Mimit pick. I always think that if you play Mimit, you do pick it in you do pick it second, because if you've picked it, it gets you out of trouble. So, and it has the versatility to get you out of almost any situation. So it's a really nice pick.
It's a great tank with very high potential, especially like if you don't lead it, as you said.
And leaving behind the Gario into the double natures. Because we have a Broccolum.
Broccolum, what? So, I believe Seppuku got reworked, right? Not too long ago, so... You know what the trade does nowadays?
Yeah, Dooms again later
Oh,
on.
it dooms again. Okay, sounds good.
But I'm not sure if that's that one. So at Dooms, I think it's when you die, but I'm sure Chad will correct me. I haven't really come across Loreweaver, so I don't have to learn.
Fair. Ooh.
And I do think the double on that, I hope that was an Ember into the Broccolum to cover for the swap.
Mm-hmm. I would like that too. Yes. And we see Camouflage from Broccolum. But I like that turn 1 here for Tsukki. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. I would almost like to see the double onto Broccolum again, but obviously then you do risk a ton of your Volfi's help, so...
Yeah, or Tyrannix health, right? The Dust Vortex also hurts a lot. And
Yeah,
you really need Tyrannix for Xeno.
Yeah, you do.
Like,
and the Kaleidoscope getting disabled
blocked.
then was really
Yeah,
cool as
also
well.
the fake beer, right? In the first. Yeah, I mean, it switched out anyway, so not that big of a thing, but yeah. Ooh, well, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and reduce it.
I like it.
Is this at the tide? Is it the Tyrannac taking the risk seems to have paid off, and this should do good damage. Blocking the Sensei Robe. Oh, it doesn't quite kill.
Almost. Yeah, 2% basically. Yeah, that's quite sad. Also, I'm surprised Invincible just didn't soul shot the Wolfie.
I think he was reading the Volfi swap because last game Tsukki was swapping when she was in front of Thames that potentially, I guess, he was swapping when she's in front of Temtem's kit super effectively. So based on game 1, Invincible has gone for the reading game 2, and it's really paid off for Tsukki.
Yes, that's true. I mean, Invincible had a good spread, I guess, on Broccolum here. Because if that time would have died, it would have made things pretty awkward early on. Don't want to be a Tem down.
It will be interesting to see whether the Volfi and Nac stay in again and potentially either double the Broccolum, although I would recommend swapping out because it is different this time, so we'll have a look. Oh,
The
it is
Mimit.
striking.
Yes. Striking Mimit, but it takes damage, which I'm usually not a fan of, I think, overall. Because it's your, as you said earlier in the Pigman phase, like, it could be your late game win condition with all the speed boost it gets.
I do think she takes the Brock now though, and there's nothing Invincible can do to stop it.
I mean, not on this board, right? But after Broccolum dies,
Yeah,
you bring in Vental or Loatland, you're very happy again. But it would be a cool way to kill it, because you can't really take the Wolfie right when there's a Broccolum.
Yeah, but it could also be a Nac, so you could also take your own Nac,
True.
but I think taking the 66% wasn't a good thing, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I agree. At least you're killing the Broccolum here with style, basically a rush.
And you are safe for this turn as Volfi can't touch it.
Yes.
Is this the Flaming Meteorite? No. Oh, I wonder what she runs. Like, I'm really curious as to what she's running on that Nac, because so far I've only seen Ember and Sharpleaf, unless I'm mistaken. Does it have Bark Shield? Does it have Extinction? Because I think Outgrowth and Flaming Meteorite have both been able to be clicked, and we haven't quite clicked them yet, so...
Yeah. But to be fair, like, you don't really want to click Outgrow into Wolfie. So maybe that's why she held back. And yeah, we see the Mantle taking advantage of the Mimit. I like it.
Yes, I think there will be a good swap here, I think, but we'll wait and see what the swap is for Tsukki, because I think the Mimit you almost have to save for Zenith and Volfi now, so that's its job for later.
I agree. And your own Mantle. Have you ever seen a Mantle versus Mantle board in like the last year?
No, I haven't. And it's
Yeah,
Loreweaver
same.
too.
Ooh. And we see a beta burst. Oh, that really hurt. And the Outgrow finally coming.
Is this a max speed Vental that's gonna hit the other Vental, you reckon?
I mean, I hope it is. To be fair, Invincible could just run Ninja ninja jutsu and probably take out the Ventil anyway. Actually, it might be close if it's enough or not.
Yeah, it really depends on investments.
Yeah.
But the Nax over X, so we would expect that to go out possibly for the Volfi or OB10. We haven't seen either of them. I would prefer the Volfi, but we'll wait and see.
I mean, I
It
would
is the
just let the
OB10.
Tyra die at that point, I believe. But OB10 is coming. Pretty risky though to bring it in here. Because it can also be hit ×2.
It's good damage and you work quicker, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'd be worried about the ×2 from that. But we do get the time split, which does affect OB10 more than a lot of 10s, so...
Yeah, OB10 really likes to be fast. So that's actually really, really hurting here for the OB10.
Yeah, but now Tsukki's Volfi is looking very good.
Yeah, Wolfie is looking very, very dangerous, and like Invincible's best answer is his own at that point.
Yeah, I think it may get focused down here and keep hitting.
It has to be. It has to be.
If Invincible lets the Volfi just Sludge Gift and Dust Vortex to the end, it probably wins the game. So we need to be aware of this, and hopefully we can get a Crema win.
Yeah, that will be pretty hype to force Invincible to match 3 here. Maybe even switching up his team. Imagine that. That would be quite funny.
It will be funny.
Yeah.
With the best answer being the Ventil, which is now +2, the Volfi. But the Loado can hit the physical as well, so it's definitely possible. But the Faraday Cage we just saw has no synergy, toxic synergy, so it won't get the ticks, which is usually a super consistent way of getting rid of Volfi, as it can't really touch toxics.
Yeah. Ooh, we see the Wolfie stay, so that's potentially some very, very good damage.
And also locks the Zenora thing.
Mm-hmm. For the next Dust Vortex. Actually, you could sleep the Wolfie as a Xenorath, I believe. But
I think that's definitely the play they're going for, but I hope Tsukki sees it and
Ooh, good damage, but imagine that minus speed onto the Xeno maybe? I mean, I don't know if we would have changed it. We could have Sludge Gifted at least.
Sludge Gifting to Zenora is probably the right thing to do here, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Because that would probably go first, but it might not. Knowing Invincible, this is probably a max speed Zeno.
I like it. Yeah, all or nothing. Nice.
Chad is talking about the Sacrifice Doom, but we have seen Bush on the Volfi, so I do believe it wouldn't stick. But it is just skill in the OB10, it isn't the play we thought, which means that may be a Dust Vortex onto the Xenorath and...
Actually, taking out the Atlas probably priority here. Oh. I mean, I guess it took itself out. That's that. And yeah, Wolfie can push off the Doom with Bush, so that shouldn't be an issue.
And that's still really good damage on the Xenorath as well.
Yeah, very good damage. And you still have like 3 more turns, and no way to control the Wolfie basically. Because like if you sleep it, you push off the Doom. So... Yeah. But then you push the Doom off yourself, right? So...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a Sludge Gift does kill the Xenorath, but it does good damage. I think Invincible's still in front, but Tsukki's doing a really good shot this time. Much better pick ban and playing really well.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Pretty good fight here. It's probably getting kinda close.
The Mum's Lunch does change a lot, so I do think Volfi should probably click the Sludge Gift to just... That's only a little bit of stam, it will help stam control, but we do see the sleep on the... Ooh,
Wax. Onto the Mimit. And we just killed the Mimit, okay.
Yeah, doesn't make it... I think he was worried about the speed tiers, because it was +2, so...
Yeah, that makes sense.
This does look like it's going to be a Volfi versus Volfi.
Yes, it's gonna be. Now it comes maybe down to Tsukki having life full sap on hers. Because if that's the case, Invincible can't like self life full sap because of the kaleidoscope in endgame.
Yeah, I don't think Tsukki does have it though, because from memory, she's got Bush, Sludge Gift, Plague. And
Oh,
Dust
you're
Vortex.
right. You're right. Yeah.
So now I guess the trick is try and kill the right slot with as little stamina as possible, while the left slot, the Volfi, hammers the Volfi home. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it is very difficult for Tsukki, unfortunately, but
Yeah. And
Time
with the
speed
minus
goes
speed
down.
now, you also are bound to lose the mirror match between the Wolfies, because the one that's playing faster usually wins because of the stamina. And yeah, not even killing Arcane Rip doing its job here. And that's the round 2 here.
the good thing about this time is that Invincible will have to finish it, because eventually that Volfi will win, will kill Invincible's Thames. So
Yeah, he doesn't have the Yana this time on like a million stats. Yeah, he has to actually play this out real.
and we will see another Sludge Gift, but I think the Sludge Gift OXs, but I'm not sure of Suki's exact stamina, so
Yeah, not sure.
I hope it outspeeds and kills Zenorous, so it's a 1v1. No.
Oh, what do you think? Oh no! Oh.
And that is GG
Yeah,
with the
GG.
OX.
Yeah, and the wreck fire, nice again.
And Invincible wins the first 1-2-0.
Yeah.
Gamers are beating devs at the moment. Okay, so there is one game tomorrow and one game Thursday, so there's a lot of games coming up. Look forward to it. There's 3 this week, and hopefully you can join us, because yeah, they're exciting and fun, and hopefully the next ones won't be Invincible.
Yeah, drawing Invincible is kinda rough, not gonna lie. So yeah, maybe the next one is a bit more on even ground.
They definitely had like the straws out, and whoever picked the shortest straw had to go him. So I'm surprised when they picked him out of Twitter, they didn't just pick someone else and go next. But
Well, I respect it. The second match was good, so I really like that.
Tsukki played really well the second match, and it's good. So I'm off now, or we're off now. It's been Talwin and Patterknife. Thank you for joining us. Do you have anything to say, Patter?
Nothing really. Just have a good day and bye bye.